As another 300-plus college kids prepare to enter the ranks of the NFL in this month's draft, the backdrop of what is usually a festive event has to be the unusually large number of young players actually retiring from the game of football. We have seen it with the likes of Calvin Johnson, D'Brickashaw Ferguson, Patrick Willis, Jake Locker, and many others over the past 2 offseasons. One of the primary reasons for these early retirements is the unwillingness of players to risk their long-term health to play a game. It's an issue the NFL is going to have to deal with over the short term if it doesn't want to continue losing its star players in the prime of their careers. A new study by the American Academy of Neurology is yet another warning shot thrown the league's way. Unfortunately, this study also has real-life victims and a human element that's much more important than the game itself or the National Football League for that matter. Of the 40 different former NFL players studied by the Academy, more than 40%, meaning more than 16, showed some signs of traumatic brain injury, TBI. There's an important element to this. TBI has not been or has not been the primary focal point of those who are studying head trauma around the football world. Instead, that's been CTE, a degenerative disease that's led to or that's been in the brains of multiple former NFL players that have committed suicide. These are two different afflictions under the same umbrella. Though CTE is by far the more severe and has been found in the brains of multiple former NFL players, like I said before, that have committed suicide. So it's important to differentiate between the two, I guess I would say. According to the individual that led the study, the players tested average 8.1 concussions during the NFL careers. 8.1 people. That's just ridiculous. Their ages ranked from 27 to 56. The majority of the players had been out of the league for 5+ years at the time of the study. At least as these studies continue to come out and paint the football as a dangerous sport, there's going to be very little for the NFL to do in terms of plausible deniability. We already have a much better understanding of the long-term effects of continued hits to the head, and if common sense wasn't going to prevail, maybe the science itself will. While we, or many out there, continue to be up in arms over the issue, the NFL has in the past failed in terms of recognizing the long-term impact of playing football. The league itself is now finally starting to realize that it's an issue and it's not going to go away. So the idea here is instead of painting the NFL in a bad light or questioning what they had done in the past, what are they going to do moving forward? How are they going to stem the tide, change this horrific trend? At only that point will something progress at the clip that many skeptics want, and will make those skeptics happy. Until then, the NFL will continue to find itself placed under a microscope with every new report that comes out from the scientific field. After all, 4 in 10 is a stunning number, and it's meant for shock treatment. It's meant for shock value, and it does shock a lot of people that read the study, because this is an issue that has been around in the NFL for decades now. But finally, the public is starting to recognize what it's all about. That's about it. I'm just trying to figure out exactly what the NFL can do, what the skeptics want the NFL to do, except for paying out billions of dollars to former players. We're not talking about those players anymore. We're talking about kids that are playing Pop Warner today. What about 12 years down the road, 14 years down the road, when they're entering the NFL? Will something have changed? Or are we going to be back here talking about this 4 out of 10 number for players that are currently playing today in the NFL? So it's always about taking issue with something, but what, at the end, is a way to fix it? I guess it's something the NFL, football, and people that follow and love football are going to have to figure out here soon.